strike zone in Voorhees, where the Flyers prepare for another training camp. Might be the most anticipated training camp in a long time.
It's Wayne Simmons with a power play goal. The first goal of the game. Check the shot. He scores! Bang in the Flyers lead. Jake Voracek has cut the lead in half. Effort from Jake Voracek.
And what a night for Konecny. He gets goal number 7 of the year.
Nolan Patrick would very much be that luck of the Irish for the Philadelphia Flyers, maybe.
Advantages, champions are built with defense, and the Flyers have maybe the best crop of young blue liners in the NHL.
There's many different steps and stages to camp. That first couple of days where it's all about, the compete level, and then you step to the next stage where you start to play those early exhibition games. Yeah, there's no question. There's several different stages to camp as you lead up to the regular season, and that night number 1 of the regular season is a different level again. So. There's a lot of excitement about our young players, and there should be throughout the organization. There's some tremendous young guys that are on their way. There's some that are ready to be here, but at the same time, let's not forget to focus on the veterans that are here and the job that they've done, the resumes that they have, and the importance, the key importance that they are going to have, and the impact they're going to have on our team this year.
This one Rivals kind of, I want to say, my first year when I came to Philadelphia, because I think at that point I was 23 years old, and we had a lot of young guys around my age group, and but at the same time we still had a lot of older veteran guys who who led the way, and were great leaders for us. So I feel like I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum this time around, and I'm one of those older guys who who are looked at to lead the pace, lead the guys, and just make sure everything's going right.
You see that there's a lot of the young talent, and it's exciting because I see so much heart in young players that are coming up and they want to prove themselves, and it's exciting because every night they're going to try everything they can to leave it all out there, and it's hard to even make the team because you look at the camp and we have so many good players, and it's just so promising for our team, and it's got to be nice for the management to look at that and know that there's so many options for our team, and I think it's a pretty positive future for the Flyers, and it's pretty cool to be a part of.
How would you assess Brian's playing goal tonight?
I thought he was rock solid, real good body of work. He did all the things that he should do, and he made a couple of real good saves at the right time. So it was, I thought his 40 minutes was very good.
As a kid growing up in Canada, I think your teachers in first grade probably tell you, okay, draw a picture of what you want to be when you grow up, and it was always a hockey player. So it wasn't necessarily a goalie. It was just I wanted to play hockey, and there's really no plan B. It's just been something that I've always wanted to do, and I've been a pretty stubborn guy, and I think that helped me get to where I am. I think every goalie can say that it's probably a little bit of the equipment. You get to choose your colors and your helmet, and it's just the best looking gear out there. And that, along with I was the youngest kid on the street, and playing street hockey, you always get thrown in net, and felt that I was kind of good at it, and just stuck with it. I switched probably 10 or 11 years old. I love playing out, still do, but I think you got to go with what you're best at, and it worked out.
Let's go, men! Here you go, Wheels! There we go.
overtime win in Allentown last night, the Flyers take a day trip to Boston, where Brian Elliott will make his Flyers debut. Back in, Spooner's got a man going to the net. There's a shot. Big save by Elliott. His first big save in the Flyer uniform, and it keeps it scoreless here in the opening period. And zone, he's upended, no penalty. Flyers in. Here's Sanheim, and he beats Tuukka Rask. That seemed to handcuff Tuukka Rask, and Travis Sanheim puts it in for a 1-0 Flyers lead.
Travis Sanheim compared to this point last year?
Well, he played a confident game tonight. You know, he had the puck quite a bit. He was, one of the things he's good at is getting up in the play. I mean, his skating ability is, it allows him to get there. I thought he did that very well tonight. And, got to go back and probably watch the entire game, but I thought he had a pretty clean game defensively as well. And, a lot of that comes from defending well and making a good first pass. So, just a more confident player than he was a year ago.
You look at the guys, the younger guys now, and they're going full tilt. Every second that they're on the ice, and I think right now I look at those guys and I'm like, yeah, we still got 82 games left, but for them, this is their their Stanley Cup right now. There's a lot of open spots on their team, and they're fighting to make the team, so they got to be at their best every single day. And I think that helps to push the older guys as well. A little bit of mix of youth and veterans. I think both help each other out.
Being a young guy, like I said, my spot's not guaranteed, right? And I still have to prove myself. So the fact that I did that last year and I worked my way onto the team, and it was fresh in my mind this training camp that there's a lot of young guys who have a lot of talent, and guys in trades, whatever it is, that are going to be looking at me as an opportunity to take my job, right? Because I'm still young, I'm still an edge guy who could be moved around up and down. So it's still fresh in my mind, and I'm aware of it, and I think that it's smart to play it like that. I need to be aware that that is part of hockey, that's part of the business, and nothing's going to be given to me. That message was clear from Hexie when we had our meetings. So I think it's good that I went through it last year. I worked my way onto the team, and I also know that someone else can do the same thing. So.
Preseason games may seem tedious at times, but it is really the best way to make what can be tough decisions in the final week before the regular season. Tonight, the Flyers are going to face the Rangers in the second.
About to make a play, but Voracek kind of turned his back on him. Now they get it ahead to Giroux. Giroux pivots, waits, finds Moran for the shot. Score! Big Sam Moran joins the rush. Beats Pavelec, gets 2-1.
All the way back to the Ranger line, picked up there by Scott Laughton. He's got a man with him. Over to Weiss, back in front. Laughton scores. Laughton bangs it in from the post. He was in with Michael Raffl, and Raffl put it back into the crease, and Laughton just tapped it about 6 inches and in.
It's an opportunity for us to build our hockey team. That's what everything comes back to. Individuals have an opportunity to come in and play at their highest level and do the things that they do well in order to be part of our team. So, end of the day, it's about us coming out at the end of training camp with the best lineup possible for starting night.
It's what training camp's all about. Down to their last 2 preseason games, the Flyers aren't making decisions until they have to. And tonight against the Bruins, the battle for the final roster spots continues.
Come on, boys. Here we go.
Dave Haxtell, I thought, put it well tonight. He said, you have to make our team. It's not enough to just come in and play okay. You got to make this team.
Back to Provorov. Across ice it goes. In front, Couturier tips it home. Wheel down low. Get it back up, Couturier in front, tip, they score! Tic-tac-toe! And connecting the payoff is third of the preseason. And the Flyers have a 1-0 lead on the power play goal. That might have been what he was apologizing for. I doubt Radko would apologize for a hit. Here's a centering pass. Simmons, he scores! Short-handed goal for Wayne Simmons. Simmons wants Miller, but there's a linesman between them. Now Krejci drops the gloves, and Patrick and Krejci will go. So Nolan Patrick, he knows the tradition here. He's going to fight. We're not sure in terms of his expertise at this, but he wasn't going to turn down the challenge. Krejci, not a guy who drops the gloves all that often either.
And last time I saw Krejci drop his gloves,
I don't know, kind of happens fast on the ice and adrenaline kicks in, so I'm not scared to do it if it happens, but it's not a huge part of my game. So.
You know, we've got a lot of good players here, and two players obviously have to go for your roster size. We'll see how tomorrow night's game goes, see if we have injuries, see what happens, and then finalize a couple decisions. There's a lot of factors that factor into these decisions. It's not just the obvious, who's played best in preseason games, who's done this, who's done that. There's a lot of things that play into it, the future, the past, a role, the type of player that we need to finish off our roster. There's a lot of things that go into it. So we'll probably make those decisions right after the game.
Hello?
Mom?
Yeah?
What are you guys doing?
Waiting for you to call us?
I knew it. Guess what? I made it. Who are you with?
It's really exciting news. Growing up, my goal since I was a little kid was to make the NHL, and it's tough to put into words getting to this point. So it's really exciting getting that news. Yeah, I think it was my first NHL camp, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to. But a lot of the guys, the veteran guys, were saying it's the toughest NHL camp they've ever been to. So obviously it's nice to step in and have a tough camp for my first one, and I enjoyed the experience. So I'm gonna keep trying to get better every day here.
I don't know. I'm really happy that I made a team, and well, right now I need to put up some new goals and play better to be able to play every night, and that's the goal I'm gonna have right now, to be as good as I can and hopefully play every night. It's super tough. It's tough mentally and it's tough on your body, but you never know what's gonna happen the next day. Are you gonna get sent down? Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna play? Are you gonna sit in the stands? I would say that it's more mentally. You can't prepare yourself, and you just have to take it day by day. And I would say that's the hardest part. You never know, so you have to be on your toes the whole time. But I mean, right now I feel pretty good.